Hey guys, what's going on? Joshua here, local realtor in the Sacramento and surrounding areas. I came across this article right here on realtor.com, and it's the name of the article is The New Rules, okay, the new rules of home selling, the 5 secrets to fetch a price beyond your wildest dreams. Now, interestingly enough, my team and I have been using these strategies for well over a year, and it's quite encouraging to see realtor.com actually publish these tactics for the public. Now, I created a slideshow to make it a little bit easier to highlight the key points. And the first rule that was previously used was you could look for a new home as you're selling your old one. Now, that's the new rule is really come up with a solid game plan. Really map out where you're going to live and what you're going to do before your home hits the marketplace. Now, many sellers who are trying to take advantage of this historical selling time for real estate think that they could just sell their homes and figure out all the details later. Now, unfortunately, this is an old school mentality mistake, and it's really recommended that you have a plan of action in place and are starting to execute it before you put your home onto the market. Now, obviously, now is the best time in the history to sell, to be a home seller, right? But you really need to understand that to sell a home near the top, that you're actually going to turn into a buyer if you're looking to buy. So having that strategy, having that plan of action and executing it goes a long way. Now, number two, the old rule was price your home high, right? To drive offers higher. Now, that's far from the truth. Actually, list your property below or even at market value to really reel in the interest into your door. Now, once you're ready to list your home, a big consideration, a huge consideration, is the price, where to price it at. Now, myself and other realtors can help assist you in determining how much your home is worth in this current market. And it will be wise, extremely wise to resist the temptation of listing it higher in order to drive that high sales price that you are hoping to get. Now, pricing your home above market value can actually reverse course. Your home could sit on the marketplace, right? And we do not want that. I did the previous video, I'll link the video. The previous video shows all the data of that first 30 days are absolutely crucial. Anything after that, you're selling below list price. So the longer your home sits on the market, buyers immediately start to think, what is wrong with this property? Now, listing slightly below market value can really work to your advantage in starting a bidding war and actually exceed your expectations in price, in closing price for your home. Now, the third old rule was to make sure you have nice photos. Now, the new rule is really dazzle these buyers, right? Really dazzle them with aerial footage and video, 3D tours, and digital mapping of the property, high quality, high res photos from night and day, and so much more. Now, in the old days, marketing the home meant just putting a few photos online alongside a short description onto the MLS, and you're done. Now, today, investing in home staging, professional photos is considered a standard practice today in the real estate marketing for marketing a home. Now, a lot of times in some of these markets, buyers are actually expecting more than just those. Now, how your home appears online actually is one of the most important factors to getting the home sold. This doesn't mean just choosing a realtor who invests in professional photography. It goes a lot more than that. It's actually that realtor using and investing into all other kinds of media as well. And today's home buyers, right? Today's home buyers want to see floor plans. They want to see videos, twilight photos, 3D tours, aerial photos and videos, and so much more online whenever they're looking at properties. And then once they see these and once they schedule a showing, they actually expect to be even more in amazement of the property from all these high tech pieces of photography and video equipment once they get into that door. So the standard has actually been set high on online marketing. Now, the market is extremely competitive for these homes that are turnkey, meaning that they need little to no work on the homes when the buyer moves in. Now, many buyers do not want to undergo the difficulties of renovating, fixing up the house, especially given how the supply chains are right now and the increased cost of the goods and the services to install the new fixtures or whatever needs to be done. Now, if you really want top dollar for your property, it's really important on improving that house way before you actually hit the market. And rule number 4 is prepare for a few home showings a week. That's the old rule, right? Now the new rule is really brace for nonstop an onslaught of people that will leave you nearly homeless until it's all over, said and done. Now be ready to leave, honestly, because in years past, when a seller puts their house onto the marketplace, you'd get a showing maybe once every couple days, and people come through here and there until you got in the right offer that you chose to accept. But right now, sellers should really be prepared for full days of back to back to back to back showings. Often accommodating so many showings could really be inconvenient and difficult for the home sellers to manage, which is why some of us have taken it to the point to where we ask the sellers to be out of the property for a weekend, 4 days or so we could really do our jobs well, get all the buyers in there at all times of days, especially the mass amount of buyers that we see now, to really get them in there, and so we could get as many offers and drive up the price as possible, as high as possible. Now in this market, you're going to need to sort through many things with the offers, including offer deadlines, escalation clauses, the multiple offers themselves, what each one holds, which ones don't, type of financing that are being used. And this is really honestly where an experienced listing agent as myself will go a long way helping you with this process. Now, a lot of sellers really need a steady, seasoned hand, right? Someone that you can rely on and guide you through the entire process of this hurricane of offers and back-to-back showings and just the massive amount of interest into these properties. And rule number 5 is to take the highest priced offer, right? But the new rule is really be aware of a purchase price that is too good to be true. Now, usually while the sales price is the first thing sellers look for or even consider when looking at offers, it shouldn't be the only thing on your mind, right? There's many factors that go into writing a compelling offer, and price is just, it's a big one, but it's just a piece of the puzzle, right? So if an offer sounds way too good to be true, it often is, especially with experienced buyer's agents able to proclaim that they can negotiate down purchase price. Now, when an offer comes in well above list price, it's not always a good thing. This market is so hot right now, and so many buyers are offering $200,000 plus on some listings just to have their offer accepted, right? But if this buyer is in need of a mortgage, there's a thing called appraisal. Now, what the home will appraise for, coming into what the buyer's putting down on the property, there could be a gap between the two. So if the buyer's going for $1 million, but the appraisal comes in at $700,000, well, the buyer has to pay that cash difference. And sometimes, if you don't do a good enough diligence with the offer, you may have to renegotiate the purchase price, or the buyer could potentially walk and use a contingency to get out of the deal, having you go back to square one. Now, these appraisal gap tactics are not the only thing buyers could use to negotiating price down, but inspections are another way. Now, if something turns up in the inspections, something less than ideal in the mechanical or some other features, these buyers may also demand a purchase price reduction on these high offers to get back even at ask or slightly below ask, or they'll just walk away from the deal, putting us all the way back to square one. And this is another reason why having a good realtor making sure they go through all the offers, back checking everything to make sure that we pick the best one. So whenever we go through the process, we're not wasting days, wasting weeks just to go back onto the market and start it all again. And those are the 5 topics that the Realtor.com came out with. And until next time, I'll talk to you guys soon.